Hello everyone, so I just finished recording the tutorial that I was filming and I realised I hadn't done an introduction for it, so I thought I would do it now. So this is a video that's a little bit unusual for me. Anybody that is a regular viewer knows that I usually do makeup tutorials, but today I decided to do a baking tutorial for you because I absolutely love to bake and I thought it would be something different. So today I am going to show you how to make Rocky Road chocolate brownies. So yeah, I do hope you enjoy it, and if you want any more baking videos just let me know, and maybe I'll make that maybe a little bit more regular on my channel. So yeah, please let me know what you think, and yeah, if anybody decides to give the recipe a go themselves, I would love to hear how it turned out and what you thought of them. So yeah, please comment, rate and subscribe, and yeah, I hope you enjoy the video and the end result. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Okay, bye. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 100 grams of plain flour and I'm just going to put this into a sieve, and then I'm going to just sieve that through. And then what I'm also going to do is just take some baking powder, and I'm just going to open this up and add in half a teaspoon. Now I've got a quarter of a teaspoon measure here, so I'm just going to add 2 of those. And then I'm going to sieve that as well. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 115 grams of butter, and I'm also just going to grab some plain chocolate. Now I have got the chocolate patissiere chocolate, this is just baking chocolate, and I'm just going to snap off a couple of rows. So this isn't like an exact measurement or anything, so I'm just going to take these 3 pieces and snap them in, and then I'm going to take another 3 pieces and snap those in. So I'm just going to melt these and then I'll be right back. So once it's melted you should have something that looks a little bit like this, and you're just going to stir it. Now you can use a whisk if you want to, but I actually just find it easier with a fork. So you're just going to stir all of this in. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 55 grams of cocoa powder, and I'm just going to see if I can get a better aim of this, and I'm just going to mix that in with the sugar and butter, with the butter and chocolate mixture. So you're just going to whisk it until it gets thicker. Do it gradually so that it's not too much sort of for it to take in one go. So you're just going to keep stirring this until it's all incorporated. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is take 140 grams of sugar. This is just plain caster sugar. You can use golden caster sugar if you like. And then I'm just going to do exactly the same thing and just gradually add this to the mix. I'm going to have to keep holding the bowl just because it's a bit difficult to do this without. So just easy does it. So this is the kind of mixture you should have towards the end of the sugar, so it's quite thick and it's quite gloopy. So that's what you should be at the minute. And then I'm just going to take some vanilla essence, so you can pretty much get this anywhere, and I'm just going to use the same spoon measure as I did earlier. So this is a quarter teaspoon and I want a whole teaspoon, so I'm just going to put 4 of these in. Like so. Put the cap on because the amount of times I have spilt this is ridiculous. And then you're just, I'm covered in vanilla now, and then you're just going to mix the vanilla into the ingredients there. I love the smell of vanilla, it's all sort of rising up from the mixture, lovely. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 eggs. Now these are just 2 medium-sized eggs. and I hope you like my little old McDonald's sheep cup. But I'm just going to pour these into the mixture, and I haven't beaten them first, so I'm just going to break the yolks, and then you're just going to gradually incorporate this into the mix. It's going to be a little bit difficult because obviously it's quite a lot of liquid. You can choose a bigger basin if it makes it easier for you. Doesn't look very attractive at the minute, does it? But we are getting there, trust me, the result is worth it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the flour again that we sifted earlier with the baking powder, and this is just going to get, I'm trying to get the good angle for this. Okay. So this is just going to be poured straight into it. Scrape out all the excess, you don't want to sort of waste any. So again, it's so difficult trying to get the right angle for all this. So you're just going to scrape out all the extra, and then you're just going to fold it all together. So the best way to fold is to kind of pull it back twice and then go round in a circle. Pull it back twice, round in a circle. As you can see, it gradually is moulding in together. So this is the mixture that you have at the moment with the flour and everything all incorporated. So the last thing to do with this mixture is add some glacier cherries. I have no idea how to say that, but there's 70 grams there. So I am just going to incorporate all of that. And then you're just going to mix all of those in. Now they're very sticky, so they're likely to just kind of clump together. So just keep mixing until you feel they're okay and dispersed. Like so. So now you have kind of like the mixture with the lumpiness of the cherries in it. So what you're going to want to need is a tin like this. Now this I think is pretty much a 7 by 11 or 6 by 12, I'm not quite sure. So you're going to want to take a tin like that, and then you're going to want to pour all of this into the tin. So you can grease the tin if you like, but this is a pretty good non-stick pan, so it's not really necessary for that. So I'm just going to move this around a little bit. Hope you can still see. Okay, so I'm covered in the mixture, but all you want to do is just spread this evenly across the pan. So you just want to make sure all 4 edges are covered and it's pretty even. This is now going to go into a preheated oven at gas mark 4 or 180 centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit, and it is going to go in there for 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm going to put this in the oven now, and then I will show you the result when it comes out. So 35 minutes are up, and I've just taken a chopstick and put it in the centre of the cake just to make sure it comes out clean. That means it's cooked. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave it here for about 10 minutes to cool, and then we're going to remove it from the tray in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to take a spatula, and I'm just going to run the spatula around the edge of the cake just to loosen it from its tin. And then what I'm going to do is I have got a, one of these things, my brain's not working, cooling wire rack, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cake and I'm just going to, you have 2 options, you can either just flip it over, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is you put the wire rack on top of the cake, on top of the tin, and then you take a tea towel to just grab the undersides, and then you're just going to flip it over and around. So that leaves us with a current upside down cake. And what we're going to do is just pick up the edges from the top this time and just give it a bit of a shake, or you can shake the whole thing. And then hopefully we should have a turned out cake. So we've got a couple of cherries missing, as you can see in the bottom of the cake, so we're just going to scrape them up and put them back where they should be. If I can pick it up, that is. Stab it with the spatula. And then you're just going to place them back, and then we're going to leave this to cool for, I don't know, about half an hour. Make sure it's completely cool before you go to ice it, and then I will show you the ingredients to be able to ice your cake. Okay, so this is the current result. We have what we had pretty much when we finished turfing it out of its tin. So what we're going to do now is start creating the icing. So I've got 55 grams of butter here, and then I have got a 45 gram bar of chocolate, but I'm just going to snap about 40 to 35 grams of that off. So we're just going to place that in with the chocolate, in with the butter, sorry. And then I'm going to melt this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so like earlier, we're going to have this kind of mixture. So you're just going to mix the chocolate and the butter together. Now obviously you might have noticed that the lighting has changed a bit, because when I took it out of the oven it was still daylight, and now I'm coming to ice it, it's a bit darker, so I've got to put the lights on, so there is a bit of a different light going on to cool down a little bit. And then in this bowl here I have got a mixture of 75 grams of icing sugar and 25 grams of cocoa powder. So I'm just going to take a spoon and mix these together so that they are one kind of colour, one entity. And I'm just going to take some milk. I've got semi-skimmed milk. You want between 1 and 2 tablespoons. It depends how much icing, like what brand of icing you've got. So I'm just going to guesstimate this and just pour about that much in. And then you're going to start mixing. And then as you're mixing, all of the icing and cocoa powder should incorporate into the milk. So I just need to add a little bit more milk in. So that's going to be about 2 tablespoons now. So what we're looking to get is a smooth consistency, kind of like a, I don't know, exactly like a chocolate icing really, is what we're hoping to get. So you're just going to keep on mixing. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix together this mixture and the chocolate and butter mixture. But before I do, I just want to show you some of the topping. Now this is mini marshmallows. They're just really, really tiny marshmallows, pink and white ones. You can use as many as you want, as many as you like, really doesn't matter. And yeah, these are going to go on top of the icing. So that's going to be in a moment. So what we're going to do first, I've also got this spatula sitting here ready to kind of decorate, so I'm just going to move this in a little bit closer. But what we're going to do is we're going to give this another stir, and then we are going to pour the butter mixture into the icing sugar mixture. And what I'm going to do is just mix these two together. Okay, so this is the kind of consistency you're going to end up with. So it's quite thick. Now off camera I did add a little extra melted chocolate and a bit more icing sugar. So I'm just going to spoon this onto the cake. Okay, so there is a little bit of mixture left, but we don't want to use that because I'm already overflowing the cake. So I'm just going to take these little marshmallows. I'm just going to place them on the top of the brownie, just haphazardly, so it sticks to the icing. And there you have it. That is the final result. So all that's left to do is to cut it up and enjoy the brownies. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, if you decide to make it yourself, I would really love to see your result and what you think of it. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and until my next video I shall see you all soon. Bye!